Sagittarius, this is going to be a 72-hour forecast for you. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. This is going to be for also the placements of Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So if you're any of those placements, you're in the right place, and welcome to my cross watchers. Okay, we know you nosy. Welcome to all my people, my new people as well. Hopefully you want to stick around with us. If you do, definitely hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a beat in the future. And welcome to all my returning people, and the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes are definitely appreciated. All right, but let's jump into the reading. Any information you need to get a personal will be listed in the description. All right, Sagittarius, what's the energy surrounding you for the next 72 hours? We have the Hierophant, and actually the first card, this is going to represent your state of mind, which is the Page of Cups in reverse. Your hopes and fears, we have the Five of Wands. Okay, the opportunities and options that you have, Sagittarius, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Current difficulties you could run into. I have the Crone of Wands and advice. Ace of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, crowning this whole entire reading. We do have the Eight of Swords. So just overall, I think that the next 72 hours is going to be very liberating in terms of you addressing the things that have had you wrapped up for way too long. Okay, the way that this card looks, I mean, the Eight of Swords has always been an interesting card to me. But like, this lady is really wrapped up from head to toe. Usually she's just blindfolded, but yes, you're going to have to address during this time frame the frustrations that have been existing within your energy for way too long. Maybe you have a frustrating relationship with a family member, lover, coworker. This just seems like also you being stuck in a mental thought process that just doesn't fit for where you guys are trying to go or what you're trying to achieve. Okay, especially with the Queen of Wands, it's like you're going to be taking your power back, especially if you have been stuck in this energy of not knowing which way to navigate, or just feeling very limited by your situation here or your thoughts. Okay, you could also be having some very frustrating conversations during this time frame with possibly an air sign, or in regards to the zodiac sign, there could be someone here who could anger you in the things that they say or they do. So make sure that you act responsibly in your response to certain things that may transpire over the next couple of days. But going into the reading itself, your state of mind, I do have the Page of Cups in reverse. So you're really not with the childishness. There could be a person around you, a romantic interest, where you could be deciding to cut this person off because it seems as if they're playing games or essentially not living up to the things that they're telling you. You could even be just in a state of mind of just not wanting to entertain things that go nowhere, opportunities that when you open the door, or how do I say this? Let me rephrase that. You don't want to entertain relationships, anything that takes you to a place of feeling as if you're wasting your time, essentially. Or you're starting to also see where you may have missed certain opportunities as well with this Page of Cups in reverse. Like, your state of mind, you could be looking back at where maybe you stayed into a relationship too long and you may have missed that opportunity to explore a newer connection that came along because you were focused on the wrong person. Or even with a job opportunity, I'm seeing this applying. You could be realizing where you could be missing golden opportunities for something that seemingly looks like an opportunity, but isn't necessarily. So trying to go after new opportunities is the state of mind you guys are in. You're seeing where you missed your goal, and now you're trying to push forward, push past that. Okay, hopefully you guys get what I mean by that. Anywho, when it comes to what's surrounding you, though, I do have the Hierophant. So for one, your spirit guides, you could have a very strong presence of an ancestor or a guardian angel, a spirit guide. Okay, just overall, your spiritual team could be heavily present during this time frame. I also get this energy of you guys just needing to just in general get more in tune with your spiritual team, and you'll start to realize the more that you get in tune with your spirituality, your beliefs, even just sticking to your personal morals or expectations here, things fall in line. So what's surrounding you, you guys are starting to see like, okay, I want this for myself. I want to be married. I want to have children. I want to be successful in my career. And you could be finally weeding out everything that doesn't necessarily align with that, or at least wanting to. Now, when it comes to hopes and fears, I have the 5 of Wands. So your fears, let's address that, is that you could run into some sort of issues that you can't get out of. Like the 5 of Wands is conflict with other people. So maybe you don't want to have a conversation with a certain family member because you know it's going to be an argument, or a boss, or you're like just not trying to get soaked into some sort of drama or pulled into some sort of drama here. There could also be this fear of there being like complications and you may be starting some sort of creative endeavor. Like maybe you have this deep desire to maybe start a new business, and your fear is you're going to have issues with actually being successful, or that who you are as a person, like your identity doesn't necessarily align with what you're creating or something. Like imposter syndrome could be something that's like fueling some of your fears, is what I'm getting. When it comes to your hopes, though, you're hoping that some sort of challenges you're experiencing because of other people, like this could be people who are indirectly involved with something here, like an ex, or not ex. Say you have a current girlfriend or boyfriend and their ex is a problem in you guys' relationship, or you have a crush on someone and that person's ex is a problem because they keep running back to them, so you guys never get a chance to date. Like you're hoping for that to be cleared up. Just overall, any challenges you're experiencing, you're hoping for there to be some sort of resolution. Now, when it comes to opportunities and options that you have, I do have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So the options that you have, if you've been overextending yourself in a job, you have the option to go to another job that could appreciate you more for the skills, the hard work that you will offer, that you have to offer. Also, same thing in a romantic relationship. Some of you are really overextending yourself in a connection where you could be appreciated elsewhere, and you may be needing to see that. Whenever I see the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, this could sometimes symbolize like overcompensating and needing to maybe pull back. And in you doing so, you will be appreciated more. So same thing in a relationship. If you want your relationship to improve, some of you are going too far, like going, how do I say this? Going beyond your duties in the relationship, almost doing the work for the other person to where they're not showing up enough. And in you not overextending yourself, being the, person that's always calling and apologizing and just overcompensating in the relationship. This will give your person a chance to appreciate you more when you take your power back. Okay. Anywho, moving beyond that, current difficulties you could experience in the next 72 hours. I have the Crone of Wands. So this could be you being your own obstacle. Now, the good thing about this is that you can, of course, recognize things that you have to work on. And at least it's not anyone else that's like the direct influence of all the problems you're going to experience. You have more control over the amount of issues you experience this time frame, and you being in control of self. Also, the challenge could be like anger or irritation. So be careful of like letting your vibes be affected by outside people. Okay. Also, this is keeping up with motivation, keeping up with like the level of motivation, or like being consistent in action could be a bit of a challenge when it comes to something creative. But last card, this is going to represent the advice with the Ace of Pentacles. definitely time for some of my Sagittarius who are watching this to get a new job and to start that business as well. There is an opportunity for you to make way more money than you're making now that you really want, but you need the belief, you need the action behind this desire that you may have. Spirit is also asking you to take the practical approach during this time frame. Okay, know that anything that's done during this time frame could have long-term effects, so be aware of that, especially with the, and I didn't even mention it throughout this whole entire reading, especially with the eclipse that we just had in, I believe, Taurus. But let's pull two last cards. What is the last message for my Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for the next 72 hours? So we have observe, don't absorb. If you are taking on stress of others, try observing the situation from a distance. This will increase your energy. So yes, don't get involved in outside drama. If you're having issues figuring out which steps or plans of actions to take moving forward, step back. Maybe the best thing for you to do right now is to take a step back and observe the situation, observe other people's actions and the way that they're moving. And that will give you all the answers that you need. You might have to go into High Priestess mode. And we also have experience the passion of fire. Reignite your life force by gazing into a cozy fire, recharging in the sunlight, or lighting a candle. Allow a fire to spark your vision and vitality. So yes, this is getting in tune with what lights your inner fire. What makes you feel passionate? What makes you feel excited about life? Outside of just hobbies, where can you ignite that inner flame so that you can get back to self? Because you guys are a fire sign, so it's so on par with this card showing up. So Sagittarius, how can you be in tune with that, especially with that new moon we're about to have in your sign on the 23rd, and we're about to shift into your season pretty soon. So interesting energy. I hope that this reading was helpful. If you did enjoy, thumbs the video up, subscribe, like, and I will see you later.